Hey guys, Robert Syslo. Welcome back again. New content, gonna drive through this. So last video was pretty interesting. This video is also very interesting. And what I wanna talk about is the correlation between organic content and lower lead costs. The reason why I felt this video was important to make is because most people don't understand that correlation, and they also don't understand the curve it takes to really get to where you want to go. Now, there's a lot of guys out there that they talk about all this really intense stuff about copywriting and things like that, which is helpful. However, business owners and people that are running and gunning, the big issue that I find that they struggle with is the time. Now, let's just exclude time, let's exclude all this extra nonsense, and let's just talk about that correlation. So consistently with every single client that we have ever worked with, actually, let me backtrack. Back in 2020, we were running campaigns where we would produce video ads, okay? These ads were not shot with content like we do now. These were done with stock photography, stock video. We're very selective about that. We made it look not stocky. We definitely still branded the company, and we would advertise and we would get good results. However, as the years progressed and the whole content game exploded in 2021, I think is really when this thing took off with Reels and such, I began to look at it and say, well, what's really going on here? So now this became a content war, basically. And so I had to adapt and think about, okay, how do we build a better service for people? And that's where, our Content Accelerator program, if you follow me, you've probably seen ads for it. That's really where that came in, because I wanted to solve that problem. But the deeper thing with that is that it provided me with a lot of different ways to actually market to people. I don't get technical in any of my advertising videos with you. I don't get into any deep level stuff because it's really not that important. And I think a lot of people use that to sound important, but they really don't know what they're talking about. So I'm gonna keep it really simple, and I'm just gonna look at it from the standpoint of content. And for me, content is the central hub of a brand. That's your videos, your graphics, your photos. And that organic distribution of that content, whether you're getting hundreds of thousands of likes or if you're getting 12 likes, there's an indicator there that you can utilize to fast track some of your advertising. Now, for me, I use organic content to really kind of test the waters. It's like a public survey without it being a survey. So I'm always constantly watching to see how content responds, who responds to it, whether it's good, whether it's bad, maybe it was posted at the wrong time of the day. But I'm like, what do people actually respond the most to? And I've done some fascinating studies on that, which I can actually do a whole video on, and maybe I will, but I'll just give you some insights. Like, you would think people would want a lot of data, but they're really looking for today. They look for a little bit of controversy, a lot of controversy. But the clients that I want to work with are not in that controversy space. They're a little bit more into lifestyle and a little bit more into education. Now, what organic content provides me is the types of people that interact with it. I look at that. And then it also provides me with the interaction level. And then from that interaction level, all those people now become a tag for me. I'm like, okay, I can now market and advertise directly to all of these people, but I have a sort of baseline that I can use Business Manager and Meta to go after and create custom audiences based around that. So what I've essentially done was, instead of going to market to just start spending money on advertising, is I've kind of done a little bit of pre-work ahead of that to help keep my lead acquisition costs and my customer acquisition costs down by doing a little bit of grunt work on the front. Now, the most important part of this strategy is that you cannot just back off from this and do this a few times. This becomes the engine to drive your advertising dollars, your advertising revenue, the cost per acquisition being low, the cost per lead being low, all of those different things. And that's what we really try to target. Now, the beautiful thing is that with the content that you're using organically, that's a really good insight into what the majority of people are going to respond to when you're running your advertising. Now, some of you might know this already. Some of you might be looking at this and being like, dude, what are you, like, this is so amateurish. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what, a lot of companies that are quote unquote big, quote unquote know what they're doing, quote unquote the experts, actually come to us because they work with those companies and they don't get results. Because believe it or not, a lot of these agencies bypass that step, or they don't have the infrastructure to build that step. And they just say, yeah, we'll do ads, we'll do this. And they try to take statistics and stats from other industries and apply that to every customer. And it doesn't work like that. I can tell you what does work every single time, no matter the industry that we work with. And it's this organic strategy mixed with advertising, right? So we start running our campaigns, we start running our ads, we start looking at our different segmented audiences. We have broad audiences, we have targeted audience, we have hyper-focused audience. We really get granular on all of that stuff, and we use that content from the organic side to really drive where this thing is going to go. So for me, a brand that's trying to market without content is basically trying to run while you have kind of a broken leg. And so you can't do it. It's just you can't get it done. And this is a very vital mistake. The other side is that they think they're doing the content right, or they think that they're attacking this the correct way, but they're really not. They're not breaking it down enough, and they're not doing it consistently enough to really substantiate the power that it has to drive those lead costs down. And for us, when we do this as a comparative, in some of the studies that I looked at and just with my own clients, you have client A who was not doing content, and he was spending 4 to 5x more than the client that was doing content, and he's getting 7 to 9x returns week to week on his ad spend. So if he's spending $1,000 a week, he's making $7,000 with a $6,000 loss because of the $1,000 on his ad spend. But the only way that we ever effectively get a client to that point is by doing this organic strategy first. And this is where you really accelerate, change, adapt, and move forward in the marketplace. And this is where advertising starts to make sense. A lot of people want that golden ticket. They want that easy thing. They want that thing that's just going to come in, make sense, and all of a sudden shifts the paradigm of what their ads are doing. But this is a cycle, okay? This is a long cycle. You can fast track a little bit of that cycle, but nonetheless, it is a cycle. And so that correlation is very important between that organic distribution, that high quality organic distribution, and the ads that you're going to run on any platform, whether it's YouTube, Google Ads, Business Manager, TikTok. It works together. And I'm not primarily focused on the number of followers. I'm not focused on, oh, I got 1 million likes. I'm focused on, I just want to get you 3 or 4 customers that are going to pay you today, that are going to pay you $5,000, $10,000, $100,000, right? In my previous video, I talked about how we kind of condensed the number of volume of clients down, but increased our revenue per client, giving us a smaller client base, but more revenue. And that's that same logic. So wanted to give you some insight into how I think about that. I hope it helps you out. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. We'll talk soon. Hey guys, thanks for dropping by and subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're trying to grow this thing and help as many people as we possibly can. Look, we've got programs for everyone, okay? We've got our 90-day content accelerator program where we fly out to you and shoot 90 days worth of content in 4 to 6 hours. We edit all that content, and then we do the social media posting on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, manage your advertising campaigns, your email campaigns, build you a fully functional website with a full funnel, everything you need in a box. We have our Content Accelerator Catalyst program, which is a beefed up version of the Content Accelerator, which is 1 year worth of content, a custom CRM. We're talking 1,200 photos, 240 videos, 240 reels, 1,200 photos, 800 graphics, every social media platform managed, custom CRM, website development. We do individual monthly packages. We've got training programs on sales for advertising. We've got creativity training programs. We have marketing training programs, social media training programs, and we do web design. So if you're looking for something on the digital front, me and my team here at Syslo Ventures can help you. I appreciate you subscribing today. Please come on back. If there's anything I can do to help you, please feel free to reach out. Check us out at sysloventures.com. Look forward to seeing you in our next piece of content. Thank you.